Hello, I'm Jane Simpson. I began the Let's Talk MND podcast after my husband Robert was diagnosed with MND and he died 10 months later. This podcast has built an MND family. We share real stories from people living with MND, those who love them, and we learn about research and care in plain English. I'm not an expert, just someone with lived experience, and together we are stronger. This podcast is proudly supported by Evercare, an assisted living brand that shares our belief in independence, dignity, and community. You can learn more about their range at evercare.com.au, or you can find them in Bunnings Warehouse stores nationally. I'm so thankful for Evercare's support of the MND community, and I really hope that you enjoyed today's conversation. Hello, everybody. Okay, so today we have some good, beautiful people whom I think I spoke with Sarah about coming on the podcast about 12 months ago. And we just cracked this egg recently. So thanks, guys. So we have Sarah Rigg and Jeff Jenkins. Now, Jeff lives with MND. No, MND lives with Jeff and Sarah lives with the two of them. Hello, you two. Thank you so much for being here.
Hello, Jane. Thanks for having
me. It's a joy. Now, what we always do is start off with, who are you? So who is Jeff and who is Sarah?
I'll start with you. So Jeff is my husband and a father to our two little boys, Rome and Iro. Rome is 6 and our little boy Iro is 3. Jeff has had MND for, I've forgotten, but probably about a year and a half, or a little bit more than a year and a half now. And he was diagnosed with Bulbar, back in late August of 2024, up and upper limb MND. Before that, Jeff was working as a pediatrist. He owns, with a couple of mates, shares in a allied health clinic, and he was also studying at the same time to become a pediatric surgeon. So he graduated very shy of 3 months before he got his diagnosis, and lost his license really before his career really even started. So that's a snapshot of Jeff, and I'm Sarah. So I am 38 and a mum of our little boys, and obviously Jeff's wife. I used to work in human resources, and now am at home with the family and Jeff's carer.
How old's Jeff?
He's just turned 40.
I hope you had a party for that one, mate. Good.
We had a couple of friends, which was really lovely. So, yeah.
So you've answered the question, what did you do? So in your work life, thank you. You live in Sydney?
Yes.
And you've always lived in the city? Or?
We lived in the eastern, so we lived in Paddington when we were younger and studying and working and no kids. So we lived in just a teeny tiny little studio apartment and had the best life, living it up as young people, childless. So we lived that period of our life in the east, and then we moved to Manly when I was very heavily pregnant. We moved into our little apartment that we had there and had our boys there, and then recently this year have had to move because we could no longer get Jeff up and down the stairs, so had to find a house that was accessible.
I like how you saw the light and went from east to north. So.
Oh yeah.
I like it. You crossed that bridge.
We did.
Well done, you two. take us through the diagnosis of the journey of how you were diagnosed, of the initial symptoms.
So Jeff's, like so many people's, I guess, story of being diagnosed was really long and bendy, and he had a autoimmune condition. So he had an issue with his thyroid, it's Graves' disease. So a lot of his symptoms were kind of put to that being the cause. So he got his thyroid removed.
When?
A couple of months before he got diagnosed.
Oh, geez.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So 40% of people getting that unnecessary
Surgery.
He ticked that box. So we got the thyroid removed, and we waited for him to feel better again, because Jeff's always been really healthy, fit, active, and we just waited for him to feel better, and it kind of never came.
What were the symptoms at that time that were overlapping with the thyroid?
Oh, he was exhausted.
Okay.
Like next level exhaustion. And his voice. Yeah. So his voice was
okay.
His voice mainly got affected after the surgery, which of course everyone's like, oh, of course, you're going to have some voice changes when the thyroid goes. And then when he started getting a little bit of weakness in his arms. Yes, the tremor. The tremor. Yes, the vesiculations were there as well.
In your hands or?
In his arm. And it was then when we really realised that we needed to follow this up with his endocrinologist, and basically I think there was a moment where we all realised we were in a lot of trouble. We got taken into hospital immediately, and then went through the absolute nightmare of doing every test under the sun. I think we both deep down knew that it was that.
Had anybody mentioned it to you before you went into the hospital? You just, because of your medical background, you're aware of what was going on?
Well, I knew something
was not right.
wasn't right or related to my
thyroid. Yeah. And I think, you know what, one of the things that was really hard is I think the specialist knew that it was really likely to be that, but I honestly think people are so terrified of saying the word that I feel like we could have been really told a little bit earlier how likely it was to be that. We held on to a lot of hope, but it wasn't, until we had to wait. I think it was such a whirlwind. It's hard to even remember clearly, but I think we waited about a month to see Dom, our neurologist, and that wait was horrific because we didn't know if our boys were likely to be genetically affected or, we just needed someone to basically say this is definitely what you have.
Who referred you, the endocrinologist or GP?
The neurologist.
Oh, another neurologist. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The endo just got us into hospital.
Yeah, I think that many neurologists don't have the training on how to break that news, and they kind of handball it off to someone else who, can.
And I think she did try. You know what? It could have been just us holding on to hope as well. She did mention, she mentioned it. It was just, She was actually a lot better than a lot of the people that we have heard stories of. She did put it on the table. It was just, maybe it was just us holding on to hope. I'm not sure, but it was really Jeff's neurologist that said, this is what you have and you have to be prepared for that. And yeah, we walked into that office and just walked out. Lives changed forever.
Yeah, walked into that room, walked out to that room the same way. Had either of you known anybody prior with MND?
No.
Only,
Famous people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only the usual famous people that, people know with it. But no, not personally.
And now you know quite a few people with MND.
We know so many people, so many young people with too many, parents with young children with MND. We live 5 minutes drive away from someone in their late 30s that's battling this disease with, very young children. It's just, and then last week somebody else 20 minutes away just posted on Instagram that they've got it as well, and he's mid-30s as well with a 1-year-old.
Just younger and younger people being diagnosed. Did you play sport, Jeff?
Yes.
Did you play contact sport?
No. I'm playing soccer.
He played soccer.
And you and more in your head, you and more.
He said he used soccer. He played soccer and obviously had a lot of knocks to the head with the ball through soccer. But Jeff played soccer at a high level. So he went to a sports school on a kind of scholarship through soccer. Is that right? You were he did the whole thing. Like, it wasn't just a weekend here and there. He was playing every day from a very young age until he was, I don't know, outside of school and early to mid-20s.
So you're extremely fit too, which is what I hear over and over and over again. I'd never been so fit. I was extremely fit. Yeah.
Yes.
So not the normal profile for someone who's going to get a shitty illness. Yep.
No.
I had the telly on the other day, and there was 2 pretty sexy looking people on an advertisement for Fight MND.
That's us.
You sitting on the beach there, Jeff, with those sunglasses on, like, oh, dude, hot or what?
I know. So annoying.
So annoying.
We always joke even MND is not going to take away his hotness.
Oh, no. God, no. No.
I mean, he doesn't now, but usually, like all summer, Jeff has been in the sun baking himself silly with tanning oil on. He usually has a really good tan and has been looking smoking.
Well, you were looking smoking on that ad, and I would rub coconut oil all over you because sun cancer. Well, who gives a screw?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I remember the day we realised that. I was like, oh my gosh, Jeff, let's burn the shit out of your skin. You're gonna have the best tan of your life.
About 6 months into Robert's journey, he said to me, "Oh, I've got an appointment tomorrow with the dermatologist." And I said, "What for?" He said, "Skin cancer check." I said, mate, waste of time, waste of money. Let's not do that.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
What was he thinking?
What was he thinking?
Oh my gosh.
So tell me about the Fight MND campaign that you were just involved with.
So we weren't actually meant to be on that. Our gorgeous friends Annie and Hobbo, that's their gig. So they're very, very involved with advocacy work. So Hobbo lives with MND, and they're the couple that I was talking about that live 5 minutes down the road. So Hobbo was really unwell on the day.
He was in hospital, in fact.
He was in hospital. So Annie called in a favour and was like, can you guys get involved? And Jeff and I were like, oh no.
Oh, yeah.
Jeff saying, hell yeah. He wasn't like that. We were both like, oh no, okay. But we love them so much and we know it's important to do this work. So we were there and we were so glad we did it. I mean, the people at Fight MND were beautiful, and it's so important to talk about this horrific disease and our experience. And, you know, it gives us a huge sense of purpose. Yeah, to do that and to make sure that people understand that it's not a rare disease and that it can look like this.
It can look hot. MND looks hot. Just look at that. Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah.
So I'm just going to pull my blind down because I've got sun in my eyes. Sorry. So I say this regularly, but MND is very well known in Victoria because of Neil Danaher. Yeah. But it is still very much from the perspective of awareness of parochial disease. So often still in other states around the country, if you say something about MND, people will say, what? What is that?
Yeah.
So the fact that you two have done that is really important because we need still the profile increased. And we've had a massive couple of weeks, the last few weeks, and MND's in the news all the time. But next week it's not going to be a hot news story anymore. It's going to drop right off. So people like us have to continue the advocacy. Absolutely. What other things have you done or do you want to do in the advocacy space?
We're willing to do it all. You know, we want to do anything we can. We're trying to get a bunch of young people together with their families so we can have our children lined up.
Good.
And a bunch of young guys with MND lined up, all at different stages, because to see that photo and to know that those people live, you know, within a small radius of suburbs, I think is a really important message to share with the community. The shock factor. Yeah, because you need shock factor. You know, when we did that Fight MND ad, it got so many views, and I was like, I don't really know why. And we were talking to my friend about it, and so many people shared it and commented on it, and it's because we're young and people just are mortified by that fact.
Yes, exactly. And the children are in there too. So yeah, that.
Yeah. One of our little boys was in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, just we really want to get that photo out and hope that as many people can see it as possible. We're involved with like a number of, you know, Jeff's beautiful mates that he used to run with are doing a 117 kilometre run from Cronulla to Manly in 2 weeks' time to raise next Saturday.
Okay.
To raise money for the work that Dominic Rowe does.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, so there's those kind of fundraising and awareness campaigns that we're jumping on and trying to push as much as we can. Yeah, we're on the radio last week. Yeah, we've done another podcast as well, which I'm not sure if you've listened to.
Which one is that?
Called Beyond the Balls.
I like that.
It's a parenting podcast, and it's titled "Living with a Terminal Illness."
Oh, I have actually seen that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, there's been a few things that we've done. To be honest, the first year was just the way Jeff and I kind of approached this. Was we basically bunkered down and didn't do any research about MND. We just really just absorbed the information. And I just don't think we were probably in the space to really do this work.
Oh, you weren't. But did you not travel in that first year as well?
We did a little bit of travel, yeah. We went to Indonesia. We did a beautiful trip to India, which is our favourite place in the world. And we did some caravanning around WA.
Okay.
So yes, we did do some travel.
Yeah,
We
you
were doing
did do some travel.
other stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, now we really want to throw ourselves into this because we need to.
So let's go back to that photo. So you want people aged between what age and what age? Like under 40?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you live in Sydney, under 40, male, female, don't care.
Don't care, no.
Male, female with young children, and you're interested in taking part in what Jeff and Sarah want to achieve, which is the photo, and I'm pretty sure we'd get some other publicity as well. Get in touch with me and I'll put you in touch with Sarah and Jeff. I think that's a great idea. Yeah, please do it. And the sooner the better. We'd like to get this done. So this is a stupid question, but it's not a stupid question. How have your lives changed since the diagnosis?
I asked Jeff this question and so I'll answer as best as I can on your behalf. But Jeff said that he has really mastered just having to live in the moment and be really purposely present. So I think Jeff did a lot of self-work in the beginning when he just got the diagnosis. I remember you woke up every morning and saw the sunrise and just spent a lot of time focusing on like meditation and trying to master that skill. So that's a big one for you.
And then right now, why I'm here and why I'm here now, and I'm here very strong in my mind.
Jeff said that it's probably the main factor. He feels strong in his mind for doing all that kind of work and focusing on that.
Are you still doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Jeff. You'll meditate. He'll do mindfulness if you didn't get that.
Okay.
He does journaling, mindfulness practices, and reads. So weirdly, I got it really into Stoicism before Jeff got sick, and revisited it in the early days. Jeff reads a lot about that every day. I think that's really helped both of us. And that's another one of your daily practices. And somehow he's still getting on the bike and doing about 5 kilometers a day. It's ridiculous. You should see us getting on that bike. It's just the most fucked up sight you've ever seen. But
can you please take a video of the two of you getting on that bike? Because, yeah, that'd be a good one.
Yeah, our physio and OT would, they'd die if they saw it.
Well, bad luck because Jeff is still looking really well and fit. So, got to do what you got to do.
That's it.
I am lucky in the right I'm very disciplined woman in my life before that.
He said he was a very disciplined person for most of his life before this. So he's been able to implement kind of those skill sets in a different way. Yes.
Yeah, I think that's important. And also joy is important.
Yeah, the most important thing. So our life has changed in every single aspect. It has completely, like I said to you and like you've experienced, you walk out of that room after getting a diagnosis and your life unravels completely. And yeah, everything has changed. So we used to live a very different life to what we do now, really active. We were constantly outside and doing things and living ridiculously busy lives. And it is insanely busy now, just in completely different capacity. So yeah, and I think it's changed our mindset on everything. Well, it has. Yeah. My mindset's completely different in that I just don't think anything will really. I think it's going to be really hard to shake me anymore because of what we've dealt with. So
yeah, it's true.
Have a really different lens on life and your ability to understand what is important just is forever changed. And no matter how much, like I remember hearing stories like ours and you always think, oh, I've got to remember this and I've got to, like, that's what's important. Until you experience it, you're never going to get it.
No, you're not. Before you experience it, it's all platitudes about let's live in the moment and blah, 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 blah. And, because you take life for granted prior to being,
absolutely do. To understand. No, I know. And yeah, guilty also. Yeah. And yeah, I think, our life is completely different. It's so different. There is so much, there's a lot of sadness in our life, to be completely honest.
Of course there is.
There's trauma and sadness and really hard days. But there's also so much happiness and joy and laughter and silliness as well. Oh, our sense of humour
dark.
Has got through this, like, it's very dark.
Good. Yeah.
And probably gotten darker.
I don't think that's a bad thing.
No. We have seriously laughed a lot of, like, it's just
good.
Mainly at the expense of Jeff.
That's fine. He's hot, but he can't move very well, so laugh at him.
So, yeah. And I think, just that's what's getting us through, like a good sense of humour and just the love that we have for each other.
Yeah. Thank you. I didn't ask, how is the MND affecting you other than your voice?
That's about as much as he can move. No.
That's boring. You're not walking anymore?
No. He can stand up and walk a little bit, but assisted. But no, so he can't walk anymore. His hands are
useless.
Well, pretty much useless. Voice obviously gone, and
do you have a peg?
Swallowing. He doesn't have a peg. No. Swallowing is shit. Respiratory is really good.
Oh, okay.
And that's it, I think. Yeah.
Pretty much everything.
Just that is fine.
Yeah, stop your whining, mate. Really. Go on. Who are your people? So who supports you?
We have the best. He's saying me. I mean, we are our people. That is.
Besides this tight little team here, and the love is evident, very evident. Who supports the two of you externally?
We've got the best friends. So our network of friends and just people that have stood up, like that were prior friends, but really just, have jumped in.
Good.
Is huge. So our friends have been amazing, incredible. Rally around us. Yeah, that's true. They really have leaned in. So many friends have just picked up, so much for us. And honestly, I don't think it would be possible if they hadn't. And my sister has really showed up for us. I think she's probably been the biggest one for us that has kind of properly said, I'm throwing parts of my life down and I'm picking up the pieces of yours. So she's always been really, really committed to a career. She doesn't have children. She didn't want children, but she is obsessed with ours. And she has honestly just helped so much because our children have her as a constant, because it's impossible as parents to be, the parents that we want to be in this situation.
Yeah.
Jeff said that that's hardest part for him is not being the husband and father that he envisaged.
Well, I know that you find that you have everyone on your
Did you get that, Jane? She's like, no fucking idea. He said, I know that I still have a huge influence on them.
Yep.
It's not all bad. And and you do. You absolutely do. The kids are still so engaged with Jeff and silly, and it's really amazing how much they can just adjust. Wild. A lot better than adults.
Yeah. People always talk about how children adapt, and they do. And they just, what did they, someone said at the funeral, Neil's funeral yesterday, and I love this saying about people remember how you make them feel more than words that you've said. And it's true. And the children know how you make them feel. And you still make them feel safe and secure and loved and silly,
Yeah.
I have actually learned a lot from Jenkin and how they accept people and adapt to their learning.
Yeah, he said as an adult, he's really learned a lot from children and just how they've adapted so well and accept. I think we do have a lot to learn from children.
Yeah, it's acceptance. Yeah, there's someone else who's coming on the podcast tomorrow. He calls it radical acceptance, that he's practicing in his life. And children just do that anyway, don't they? Children don't need to be taught radical acceptance. That's their natural way of being. Yeah.
Yeah, we moved into this house and there was 3 kids next door, and they just loved Jeff. Like, it was so beautiful. They're all like, how old were they? 4, 6, and 8. So they were young, and it was amazing because our kids loved them, and we went between the houses. But these little kids would be like, "Where's Jeff?" Like, they were always looking for him, and then go into his room. He'd still be asleep in the morning, and they'd be like, "Hi, Jeff!" Like just adored him. And I thought, you know, it was something I was worried about when we moved in. I was like, what are the kids going to be like with him? And there was just nothing other than complete acceptance and novelty of him having a wheelchair and asking questions. It was awesome. Like,
yeah, the asking questions, which adults won't do. Adults will skirt around the issue, where a kid will just say, "What's wrong with you?
yeah,
Why are you in the wheelchair? Why can't you talk?" You know.
Yeah, just saying it's a problem with Western society. They don't ask the questions. When we went to India, it was so funny because it was the opposite. Everyone wanted to help. So everyone was like, why are you going to India with someone that can barely walk? He had his running sticks, like, hobbling around. We went to this town in the Himalayas. It was all like this. It was stupid, but I'm so glad we did it. And listened to no one that said we shouldn't. But I was like, we didn't even have to worry about it because the cultural difference, like, they just help. Everyone was willing to help. But the thing that we found really funny is everyone would help and be like, what is wrong with you? And they were so curious. And it's just made it so much better because we're like, oh, he's got, and then we'd have to go into it. But they're like, oh, okay. And then they'd get their mate to help, you know, get him up the stairs. Yeah, so people are more aware because they're talking about it. It's open. It's not taboo, and and also I think it's also that, like, village mentality that
you support each other.
Cultures, they support each other and they jump in, and we don't have that.
No, we don't have that.
We do. We've felt that, but it's just at a whole different level.
And by doing what you're doing today, we do, because this is what we're trying to do. That's what we have done, is to build a community. Yeah. So we're just expanding it. You've probably answered this question on the way through, but what advice do you have for people who are newly diagnosed, or in that first shit-filled year where you can't grasp it or breathe or think or function? Yeah.
Okay. So from your perspective, we've touched on it, but Jeff said he just needed to spend that initial time absorbing the new. We both very much deliberately did that. We said, let's not touch NDIS. We weren't in a position where we needed the support desperately at that point. So we're like, let's not spend our early days applying for NDIS. And I totally respect that other people may be in that position.
Yep.
So we were just like, I don't want to hear about MND or anything like that, or read about it, Google it. We put it aside. Jeff said that initial time spent working on himself really helped. We cried a lot. I think doing things, if you are in a position to, I mean, we wish we'd traveled so much more than we did initially, but you're so focused on money and financial stress as well that it may not be realistic, and I don't think it is realistic for most people initially. Yes, that's true. Jeff's saying developing routine and behaviours was really critical in those. So, yeah, getting up for sunrise was Jeff's thing. He got up, went to the gym every day, did a sauna, meditated. Because if you have that routine, it's harder for you to fall to pieces every day.
And what were you doing whilst Jeff was doing that?
I was falling to pieces every day.
There you go. That's why I asked the question. So you're all right, Jack, but she's running the house and looking after your kids.
No.
Oh, no.
It's like, oh, what do you mean? No, what was I doing? Honestly, I had to fall to pieces a little bit.
Yep.
And I did whilst he wasn't around. What did I do? Honestly, there's so much to do when you are in this situation. There is so much life admin to do. So
Yes.
I think that's what I needed to do. So I did all the urgent things. It's a really I think people don't realize how much there is to do.
And it's actually exhausting doing all of that new life admin whilst you're dealing with your new reality is life-sapping, actually.
It is exhausting, relentless, confusing,
frustrating,
and so it's so confronting to have the conversations that you have to have.
Yep.
That's what I found most exhausting. We were having to sleep a lot as well because we were so exhausted.
Yep.
So when the kids were at daycare, we had to have sleeps because we were barely functioning.
Yeah, I get that.
Sheer grief.
Yep.
I live from a advice point of view. You have to absolutely keep moving. I think one of the right things you can do is lock yourself away.
Yeah.
Inside.
Yeah. Jeff said from an advice perspective, he thinks that the best thing to do is get outside. Don't lock yourself away. It's fine if you're bawling your eyes out to your friends. We did a lot of that.
So be honest with your feelings is what you're saying, Jeff.
It's not a time to be brave.
No.
Get out in the sunshine. Will help you build genuine acceptance of your reality. It'll also really expose who's going to be there and be comfortable with you being so messy.
Yeah. Yep, you can tell within 10 seconds who's going to run screaming from the building and who's going to stand with you. And often you're surprised by who leaves and who comes in.
I know. You really are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Jeff, you got to stop talking now, dude, because you're going to be exhausted for the rest of the day. You probably need some brunch too. I'm so grateful for the two of you. It's just fucking sad, really. What else can I say?
Yeah.
But I love the way that you two are approaching it together. You're a really tight team. And thank you for what you're doing for the community. That's really important. And Jeff, soz that it's winter time and you can't oil up and go lie out in the sun anymore, but,
Yeah.
I know. We need to go.
It is Sydney. You'll have some of you go to Queensland for a little while.
I know. Look, it's on the agenda. We've got to go somewhere because we need the sunshine.
You do need the sunshine.
Just doing little trips and things with the kids too.
Many people with MND report to me that they do far better in the warmth than they do in the winter.
Cold absolutely just crashes Jeff's body. So it's a great excuse to have to get out of here.
Okay.
We've definitely got it on the agenda to go somewhere.
Good.
And I think the kids have a very unrealistic expectation. Like they're like, when are we going on our next holiday?
Yeah. Going on the next holiday and going down the slides at the water park or something insane.
Rome just casually mentioned the other day, he's like, I'd like to go back to India soon. I was like,
yeah, okay, dude. Yeah. Yeah, you bred that.
Yeah, MND did that.
I'm so grateful to the two of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having us, and thank you so much for doing this work, because obviously we know that it has unraveled your life as well, and it would be so easy to just leave it all behind, and you've obviously chosen to not do that and to keep pushing, and I'm so grateful for that.
Thank you, lovely. Thank you both very much. Okay. We'll be in touch. And then when all of those people get in touch with me and say, I want to be in that photo shoot, we'll set that up.
Oh, please. Do you know many people other than Annie?
I know a couple. Some of them are so newly diagnosed that I don't want to touch them yet. You know what I mean?
No.
But I'll also put a call out on my Facebook page because there's quite a few people there.
Dom mentioned the other day this young 30-year-old or 30-something-year-old woman with a new baby. And I just thought, fuck me. She's in Melbourne. I'm sure you will get in contact with her, but but yeah, like the other people being diagnosed is just, I'm obsessed with it. Like I reach out to all of them like, because I can't help it. Jeff bagged me up because I emailed Jai and his wife, and I was like, I don't give a shit who they are. I couldn't care.
No, it doesn't matter who they are. They need help. I mean, I think I reached out to you when you were first diagnosed. It's just what we do. That's what we do as a community. We plug into each other. Yeah.
Because you just feel so alone. And man, I wish, I wish I knew about other people early on, because it was such a lonely place.
I know.
I am having
anyone that has a Jeff's happy to, if they need someone to chat to, Jeff's happy to do that.
Okay,
well.
Again, if you'd like to talk to Jeff, get in touch with me and I'll pass on his details privately. Yeah. Beautiful. All right, lovelies.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Very grateful.
I did have a question. Can I ask, have you got a run, Jane?
No. But do you want to do it on recording or when I stop recording?
You can be recording and not use it, or
no, ask away.
I wanted to ask you, given been through this awful journey, I would love to ask you, if there's any advice you would give to us, having been through this with your husband, Robert. If there's any advice or tips or things that you wish you did differently.
I think from listening to you two, you're pretty over it, all over it. So it is being present in that moment. It's noticing the ordinary.
Yeah. Yes.
It is it's every time you hold each other to imprint that feeling on your soul, because you can record the voice and you can record the face, but it's that feeling, that imprint on your body and soul, and that to me is the most important. And I would consciously do that whenever we held each other.
Yeah. I do this thing where I wiggle my toes each night, and I'm like, he's here, he's safe, and he's with me, and that's enough for today.
Yeah. So it's not about, for me, others might be different, but it's not about the grand gestures. It's not about, It's about leaving nothing unsaid. So no regrets for either of you.
Yeah.
So the ordinary, simple moments, the mindfulness. Yeah, it's all really simple stuff.
Yeah.
But it's the most important, I think. Yeah. Thank you for asking that.
Is there any other questions you want to? Okay.
You know where I am if you want to ask me anything.
We do, and we know how hooked up you are. So we'll have to hit you up on some other stuff.
Yeah, mate, you had no idea. So I'll look forward to that email.
Thanks.
Offline, and I'll see what I can do.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks so much. You're a legend.
You're legends. And you're hot. Hello. Okay.
Did you go to the funeral?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
How was it?
It was extraordinary. Just extraordinary.
The kids talking. Oh,
I know.
so beautiful.
Yeah, very proud. It was just beautiful. All right. Thank you, you two.
Bye, James. See you later.
Okay. Bye. If you'd like to get in touch, you can message me on the Let's Talk MND Facebook or Instagram pages, or Let's Talk MND5@gmail.com. The information on this podcast is not medical advice, and the music you hear is by a much-loved member of our family, John Hanley. Once again, thanks to Evercare for sponsoring this podcast and supporting Let's Talk MND. Their commitment to care and community helps make meaningful conversations like today's possible.